ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So we welcome all of you in our weekly session. Oh, all right. So we were discussing lives of three lives of Bharat Maharaj. Just a second. Yeah. And we covered, had two sessions earlier. Anything devotees remember from last session? What all we discussed? What all we discussed last time? Anyone?
Prabhuji, it was about how Bharat Maharaj got attached to the deer that he found.
Yeah, he got attached to the deer that he found, and then what did he start do? What did he started doing
He
after
became attached to the deer.
after becoming attached? Then
At the time of death, he was only thinking of the deer.
yeah, before that, what happened? He started neglecting his spiritual duties because of the deer, and then
But he had also forgot his kingly duties, and he forgot that he wasn't a king, and he
hmm,
was thinking of his kingly duties and was trying to protect the deer.
yeah, he was thinking of his. He still used to think that he was a king, which was not his identity. He came for making his spiritual career. All right. So now the last time. We ended on the point that he was very much attached to the deer, and now the deer is lost. He's no more to be seen, no more to, we can't find him, and he is very much panicking to not see the deer. So we'll just discuss. I'll just put the presentation. Okay, it's visible to all. Okay,
Yes, Prabhuji.
thank you. Yeah. So I think we read this. He was thinking of the deer. Did we read this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. But deer was not to be found anywhere, and Bharat Maharaj, even at the time of his death, he was always thinking of the deer. So now, a question to all of you: do you remember we discussed a verse last time? The principle known as the law of the last thought. Okay, I'll give you some hint. We discussed a verse from Bhagavad Gita. I also gave it in homework, but I very well believe none of you did that. It's okay. But the verse says, the translation says that if whatever we remember during the time of our death, the last thought which we have, we attain to that very same destination. How many of you remember this? Something like this? Bhagavad Gita chapter 8.5. None of you? Shambhavi, Arut, Damodar, anything? Okay, Srikari remembers. Now, for all of you, for others, should we read the verse again? What's your opinion? Should we read it again?
Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
just a second. I'll put that up on Veda base. All right. Just a second. Can you wait? Yeah. Okay. Is the verse visible? Screen is visible to all?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this was the verse which we were discussing. I will recite it again. Okay. And remember, this is your homework. Hopefully you do it next week. Please memorize this verse. Please study it. It's very, very important. And because it is relevant to our present discussion. Okay. I know it's sometimes boring. You don't find time, but it's very important because we need to know the philosophy properly. Okay.
Prabhuji,
Yeah. Yes,
I also
Sukriti.
memorized this verse.
You memorized? Okay. Just a second. Sukriti, you would like to recite this? We'll recite after you. Everyone can unmute yourself, please. All of you unmute yourself. Yeah, Sukriti, please go ahead.
Yam yam papi smaran bhavam
Yam yam
Yam yam
vapi
vapi smaran
smaranam bhavam
bhavam
yajatyante kalevaram
त्यजते
yajate
अन्ते
yajante
kalevaram
कलेवरम्
tam tam evaiti kaunteya
तं
tam
तमेवेति
tamevaiti
evaiti
कौन्तेय
kaunteya
kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavavita
सदा
sada tadbhava
तद्भावभावितः.
bhavitah.
Thank you very much. Very good, Sukriti. Thank you. Anyone else would recite, please? We'll recite after you. Any volunteers? Shrikari, yes.
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam
Yam yam
yam
vapi
yam vapi
smaranam
smaran
smaran
bhavam
bhavam
bhavam yajate kalevaram
त्यजति
yajate
yajatyante
अन्ते
kalevaram
kalevaram
कलेवरम्
tam tamevaiti kaunteya
तं
tam
Tameti
tamevaiti
तमेवेति
kaunteya
कौन्तेय
सदा तद्भावभावितः
सदा
sada tadbhava
तद्भावभावितः
tadbhavavidha. Thank you, Shrikari. Very good. Any other volunteer? Anyone? From the boys? Anyone? Yeah, Damodar, please. Go ahead. Yam yam vapi smaranabhavam Damodar.
Continue.
Yajati ante
यजत्यन्ते कलेवरम्
kalevaram tam
tam
tameveti
evaiti kaunteya
kaunteya sada
sada
tadbhava
tadbhava bhavitaha
bhavitah. Thank you. Very good, Damodar. Thank you. Anyone else? One last
I would like to
chance.
go, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, Arun, please go ahead.
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam
Yam yam
यं यं
vapi
वापि स्मरन्
smaranam
भावम्
bhavam
bhavam
yajati ante kalevaram
त्यजति अन्ते
यद्यन्ते
yajatyante
कलेवरम्
kalevaram
कलेवरम्
tam tam evti kaunteya
तं
tam
तम्
tam
एवेति
एवैति
evaiti
कौन्तेय
kaunteya
कौन्तेय
sada tadbhava bhavitah
सदा
सदा
sada tadbhava
तद्भावभावितः.
bhavitaha.
Thank you, Arun. Very good. Yes, Ram is here. Please.
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam.
Yam yam
Yam yam
vapi
vapi
smaran
smaran
bhavam
bhavam
Tajayate kalevaram.
tyajate ante
त्यजते
yante
kalevaram.
कलेवरम्
kalevaram
Tam tam eva iti kaunteya.
Tam tam
तं
Tam
तं
tam
tam
एवैति
evaiti
कौन्तेय
evaite
kaunteya
Sada tad bhava bhavitaha.
sada
sada
tad
सदा
tad
तद्भवभावितः
bhava
bhavavitah. Thank you, Ram. Okay, now read the translation. Shambhavi, read the translation, please.
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail.
Yeah, the state of being one remembers when he quits his body, he will attain that state without fail. Now, the question comes coming back to our original presentation. Yeah, we learned that Bharat Maharaj is thinking about the deer. Now, what does Bharat Maharaj then become in his next life? If he's thinking of deer, what will he become as per Bhagavad Gita?
dear
Shambhavi? Yeah,
What was the question?
I'm asking, the question is, we read in Bhagavad Gita, whatever state of being one remembers, he attains that destination without fail. So if Bharat Maharaj is thinking of the deer during his last time, what will he become in his next life?
A deer.
A deer, yes. So in the next life, Bharat Maharaj becomes a deer and he becomes very, very emotional thinking of the deer. And he's thinking, will the deer ever return? What happened to him? Okay, so he became very emotional and he became very perturbed. Very important lesson here. First of all, someone read this, please. Ram, would you read this? Bharata thought.
Bharat thought, when will my deer return? Is it safe from tigers and other animals? When shall I again see it wandering in my gardens, eating the soft green grass? The deer did not return till evening. Bharat became overwhelmed with anxiety. Has my deer been eaten by a wolf or a dog, or attacked by wild boars or a tiger? The sun is setting now, and the poor animal who has trusted me.
Yeah, so he's very much attached to deer, thinking of the deer, and he's remembering his past experiences with the deer. He's thinking my deer is a little like a little prince, okay? And when will he come? When would he come back to me? And when will I play with him again? So the deer left. Bharat Maharaj was attached to the deer, and the deer is, and Bharat Maharaj is like very much emotionally affected. Very important lesson to learn here that if we become attached to something, that becomes our weakness. Okay? So if we get attached to something, we become weak. So our we can never be determined in our life. Our determination weakens. I would like to ask you a question. Please hear carefully and give me your responses in the chat box. Does it happen sometimes that we take a vow, we take some resolution, we take new resolutions, we take some vows, we promise ourselves something, and after some time we just forget it, or we become weak, we forget that commitment? How many of you have experienced this in your life? We resolve something, we promise something, okay? Almost everyone. Yeah, everyone. It happens. You know why that happens? This happens because we don't have fixed determination. And why one doesn't have fixed determination? Because the mind is attached to sense gratification. And sense gratification makes a person weak. We become weak. It weakens our determination. So, therefore, to strengthen our determination, which a devotee wants, in order to make ourselves very strong, we need to practice some austerity. Of course, not austerity going to the forest and sitting under a tree and meditating, but some austerity should be there. Okay, it's very important for a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, our determination will become very, very weak, and we cannot achieve our goals. Any determined person, he requires some austerity. What's the meaning of the word austerity? Can someone explain the meaning of the word austerity? Anyone? In Hindi or Sanskrit, the word is tapasya. What's the meaning of the word tapasya, austerity? Who would mention? Who would explain? Any guesses, any responses? You can type in the chat box. I can unmute yourself also. What's the meaning of the word austerity? Yes, Sukriti, you want to say something? Even though it's wrong, it's not a
Prabhuji,
problem. It's our own group.
Prabhuji, is it like focusing on the Lord to attain liberation?
Focusing on the Lord to attain liberation. Yes, it's one of the form of austerities, but we want a little simple definition. You gave us some devotional definition, which is good, which is correct. What is the meaning of the word austerity? Yes. Shambhavi saying praying to the Lord. Yeah. Ram says not doing something for spiritual gain. Okay. Oh, yes. So what does Sri Kari has to say? Yes, Sri.
Taking some voluntary pain, like not doing something that you really like doing,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for the pleasure of the Lord and His devotees.
Good point, good point. Everyone's answer is correct, but what Srila Prabhupada mentions in his books, please remember this definition, all of you can note it down. Prabhupada says austerity means voluntary acceptance of inconveniences for spiritual advancement. Will you remember this? Please note it down. Voluntary accepting voluntary inconveniences for spiritual advancement. Okay, now my question to all of you. Can you mention some voluntary inconveniences which we accept in our life so that we can advance? Any suggestions? What things do we do in our Krishna consciousness which may seem uncomfortable, but they are good for us? Any examples? And don't mention, Prabhuji, your class, it is uncomfortable, but somehow we tolerate you for half an hour. That I understand, that I know very well. But apart from that, yes, apart from my boring class, any other options? What all we do? Or you are comfortable with everything? As such, there is no austerity. Anything?
Prabhuji, Ekadashi?
Ekadashi, yes. The next day. It is in US. It is this day only or the next day?
Tomorrow, Prabhuji. We are doing
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Mahadvadashi.
So we practice. We do Mahadwadashi. There's no fasting. We can't eat cakes. We can't eat cookies and all. And sometimes
Prabhuji, japa?
japa. Yes. Oh my God. Japa. The time, the instant we put our fingers in our bead bag, one just gets high. He gets so much sleep. Everyone. Even I struggle with this very much. Morning time. Morning time is a good time to sleep, actually. Such sweet sleep we get that time. But somehow these devotees, they wake you up to go to the Mangalarti. And then we stand in front of the deities praying. And we are sometimes feeling sleepy also. You won't even believe, my dear friends. I have even seen devotees sleeping in Mangalarti, standing. Can you imagine? Have you seen that ever? Have you seen that? At 4:30 in the morning. So I saw one devotee. Mangalarti is going on. The singer is singing on Kartal. Sansar Tava Nalalita Loka. Mridanga is being played. All devotees are dancing, and this devotee, I won't mention his name, uh, he's standing and sleeping. Can you imagine? That's the first time I saw that even in Mangalarti, someone can sleep. Otherwise, the only living entity who can sleep during standing is a horse. Humans never sleep while standing. But it was amazing, amazing sight. So this is an austerity, yes. Sukriti mentioned Japa and Ekadashi, Mangalarti, and reading Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing long classes. So many austerities we have, but they are important for us. It's very important that we practice them even though we don't like them. As the English saying goes, no pain, no gain. It should be discipline. It should be a regular discipline in our life to chant early in the morning, right? And therefore, austerities are very much important because by austerities, we develop determination. Okay? Yeah. Yes, there's a question for all of you. I don't know if you have heard these stories, but these are some different examples that, apart from Maharaj Bharat, different examples in the scriptures that while performing austerities, they got distracted in their life and they failed in the spiritual practice. So apparent failure for a short duration, but they failed and they were distracted for the time being. So I'm not telling all of these four stories, and but someone amongst you can remember. In the next session, we'll discuss these four stories also. Okay, I'll just briefly describe them in brief. Not now, the next session. Someone can please note it down to remind me to describe these four stories. Note it down, and next time we'll discuss on this. Not now, because we are already short of time. Okay, will you remember this? Please, you can write these four cases, and we'll discuss it next week. Okay? Yeah. Now, question to all of you. Bharat Maharaj got attached to deer, got attracted to deer. So, similarly, listen very carefully. If in our lives somehow we get attached to something or we get allured by Maya, we get distracted, we get weak in our life, what solutions should we practice? What solution should we adopt? These are four options. Write your response in the chat box. Being aware of Maya's power, focusing on sense control, praying to Supreme Lord for help and guidance. Good association of devotees revealing mind to them in such situations, and Maya is too powerful. If one is gone to Maya, he's gone. No question of coming back. Hopeless. Just give it up. So please type in the chat box the correct options. What do you think are the correct options? That option should be followed to get out of Maya and to solve our problems. What options should we follow? What are the solutions? Yes. Quick, please. We're short of time. First, second, and third. Yes. A, B, C. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes A. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And Shambhavi, A, B, C. And actually, I would tell you, please listen carefully. The most practical instruction among all these three, A, B, C, is number C. You know, very important instruction. by good association of devotees and revealing mind to them in such situations. We, in Krishna consciousness, we should have some really good friends also. Very important. All of us, girls, boys, brahmacharis, grihasthas, everyone. We should have some really good friends so that we can reveal our mind to them, and some really good seniors also. Some really good seniors. It can be our parents, our mentors, and I would. It's my in my personal experience. I would share this with all of you. A secret to advance in Krishna consciousness. The more guidance we take, it can be from our parents, our mentors, even from our friends who are very advanced. The more guidance we take, to the degree we take guidance in all situations, to the degree we reveal our mind in confidence, or we share our hearts, share our minds to devotees, the more we express, the more practical solutions we get. Listen to it very attentively. I'll ask you a question. Imagine Bharat Maharaj in the forest staying with any one of you. Like you are also with Bharat Maharaj in his cottage, and both the devotees they're chanting what Bharat Maharaj was doing, eating roots and fruits. If all of you, if one of you would be with Bharat Maharaj, living in his cottage, and seeing Bharat Maharaj and the deer, this episode is happening. So what would you have done? What would you have done? Sukriti, Ram, Shambhavi, Shri, Arut, and Damodar. If you are living with Bharat Maharaj and Bharat Maharaj is your very dear friend, you are seeing him getting attached to a deer, what would you tell him? What would you suggest him? Or what would have happened if you would have been living with Bharat Maharaj? Any guess? Yes, come on, please. We have a response. I would remind him of his priorities. Okay. Ram says, try to break him out of illusion. Try to break his illusion. What are you doing, Prabhu? Are you stupid? What's happening? And who else? I would tell to care for the deer, but don't only focus on one thing. Focus on your chanting also, Prabhu. Where's your bead bag? Take care of the deer, but please keep chanting your rounds also. Tell him what he came for. Yes, Sukriti says, I would suggest him to forget his kingly duties. Yes, yes, yeah, correct. Exactly. So if he would have been in association, he would instantly get some correction and suggestion. Correct? Yeah. So boys have a little strong response, and girls have a little decent response to Bharat Maharaj. That please remember your purpose and duties. And boys are like, what you came for, you have forgotten, you rascal. Anyways, the point is, if someone is an association, he gets feedback. And by receiving feedback, we improve. And when would we get feedback? When we share our hearts to our mentors, our counselors, our spiritual master, our parents, our good friends, right? And we ask genuine, practical, good questions to them, right? Instead of getting bored. That what the hell they're saying? I am just so bored of them, right? It's very, very important. Why I'm telling you this now? Because nowadays I see this problem in many of the devotees. So we should have good friends. There should be at least two to three devotees where we can express ourselves confidentially, and we can improve a lot in my personal experience. Yes, Bharat Maharaj searches anxiously for the deer, and see this verse in Bhagavad Gita we learn whatever state one remembers, he attains that state. What happens? Bharat Maharaj becomes deer. Okay. So this is the law of last thought, which you already discussed. Now, this question is very important. If death comes to us right now, what body we might get? Good question, right? Like if the next moment we are about to die, in the next, like if there's an announcement, the next moment we are about to die, and whatever we remember, we become that very object, we attain to that destination. So no need to mention. If you want to mention it in chat box, you can mention also. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. But just think it over. What are we attached to the most? That we'll attain without fail. We can be attached to our mobile phones, some of our pets, anything. So therefore, we should practice in such a way that at the last moment of our life, we always remember Krishna. We always remember spiritual activities. All right. So this can be your personal homework. What are you attached to the most, and what will you become if we die right now, instantly? If we leave our body, what are we supposed to become? Keep it to yourself. You don't need to express, but just something to reflect and think over. Okay. King Bharat becomes a deer. Someone please read this. Who didn't read yet? Sukriti, please read this.
In his next life, Bharat got the body of a deer. Most living entities are not able to remember their past lives, but because of the king's spiritual progress the king had made in his previous life by the Lord's mercy, he could even, though in the body of a deer, understand the case of his taking birth in the body, as said in Gita verse 6.44. Such a body. No one is to blame but myself.
Yeah, Bharat Maharaj. But what's the advantage with Bharat Maharaj? Because he was a perfect devotee, he was a very advanced devotee. He remembered his previous life. So he knew what mistake he did. And what he mentions, no one is to blame but myself. Only we are to be blamed for our situation. It's our mistake. Okay? So now Bharat Maharaj becomes a deer. And from here, we will discuss in the next session. We'll see all of you the next week. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please remember, I gave you some homework. Remind me of the four case studies, which we'll discuss in the next week. Okay, all of you remember that. And there's one another important verse we'll discuss the next week. Because how to get determination, how to get steadiness in our lives so that whatever we promise or commit, we achieve that without fail. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments, anything someone would like to say? Any take home message? Now you can unmute by yourself and let us know. Anyone? I understand I am keeping you waiting and it's your sleeping time. I can very well realize that. Yes, Arut. Yes, you were saying something, please.
I think the take home message is like not to be super attached to something and always know what your other priorities are,
Mm-hmm.
because after he like cared for the deer so much, he became a deer.
Yeah, he became a deer because he became attached and forgot his duties. Thank you. Thank you, Harut. Very good. Anyone else? Yes. Anyone? Please speak up without saying your name. Any take home message we learned today? Or anything you would like to ask? Or you're waiting just to end the class and going to bed? Yes, Ram, you want to say something?
Um, I think that Bharat should have been more cautious
Mm.
in his helping the deer.
Yeah, good point. You should be more cautious. And what should we learn from here is that we should always be in association of devotees, so that automatically will be corrected. Yes, Srikari has given his take-home message to increase attachment to Lord, to Krishna, so that I'll remember him at the time of death. Yes, we should remember Lord at the time of death. We should increase attachment by chanting, reading, and hearing about him. Very important. Yes. Anyone else? Sukriti, Shambhavi, and Damodar? Yes, Sri.
Prabhuji, later, could you please keep the definition of tapasya by Srila Prabhupada in the group? Right now,
Yeah.
I don't have anything to write down with, so I
Sure.
was just wondering if you.
I'll share that. I'll share that.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Shambhavi, Sukriti, Damodar. Yes, Shambhavi, please go ahead.
Um, I think Bharat Maharaj should have controlled his time instead of giving all his time to the deer, and also doing his tapasya and stuff.
Yeah, he should have he should have maintained his time, and because he had his priorities. Very good. Yes. Anyone else?
Prabhuji,
Sukriti.
I think that Bharat Maharaj should have been more attached to the Lord than the deer.
Yeah, he should have been more attached to the Lord, so that he could have remembered Lord at the time of his death. Yes, good point. Damodar, you would speak something? Yeah, please.
I think that Bharat Maharaj should have like thought more wisely, not like be too much attached because it's because since he was too attached, then he became the deer. He became a deer in the next life. So he should have
Hmm.
not been very attached.
Not been very attached to the deer. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Damodar. So actually, the main concern is that he should have, since he was alone, he had no association. But we are not alone. We have some association, either online or offline. So we should take advantage of this association, express our minds and hearts in confidence to our friends, our seniors, our mentors. The more questions we ask, the more clarity we get in our Krishna consciousness. Very important. Yes, she has something to say. Sun will be very bright, only takes a dark curtain to block. Yeah. So
So,
it,
someone was telling, I forgot who, but said that his attachment should have been greater to the Lord than to the
yeah,
deer.
greater to the
But
Lord.
yeah, so like the sun is like the Lord. So even though we may be very attached to the Lord, but it would only take like a dark curtain or like a black shade to block
Yeah,
out the sunlight in our life.
yeah,
So we have to be very careful to what we are attached to, even if we are really attached to the Lord, so
yes,
that the attachment to the Lord won't get covered by this other newer
yeah,
attachment.
yeah, very good. Even a one small habit may destroy our spiritual life, so we should be very cautious. Okay, thank you very much. And actually, why I tell everyone to turn on their videos, I have been seeing all of you. Uh, yeah, some baby, your bedroom is really nice actually. I'm seeing the background. You have some.
Mine?
Yes, yours. I see the background. There's some teddies kept there, and even a tiger and a dog at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
they look nice.
thank
Thank
you.
you. And Sukriti, what's the name of your younger sister who was disturbing you?
And Hanvita.
Okay, what?
Hanvita.
Hanvita. Okay. Yeah, she disturbed you a lot. I saw that,
Yeah.
but it's fine. Thank you. All right, so we'll stop here. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada की जय समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.
Hari Hari Bol.
We'll see you next week. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.